Yo, what's up? It's Juice Metro, aka Amir Miller, and I am chilling with the creative mindset. Let's get it.
Yo, we back with another episode of the Creative Mindset. I keep saying that we have special guests, but I'm gonna let you know today we have a very exciting guest. This guest right here has had a crazy journey. Even with me first getting hip to his content, he was in his mental health bag, his motivational bag, and that's what we like to expose, dive into, and talk about here at the Creative Mindset. This brother right here has showed me that you have to stay ready to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I want to introduce Amir Miller, y'all.
We're doing. Thank you, man. Thanks
Appreciate
for having
you
me.
being here,
Appreciate
G.
you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
for having me on. I love what y'all are doing here. It's amazing.
I appreciate you for coming, bro.
No problem, man.
So I got hip to your content because of my brother. He ran into you
Right.
at the lake on Lakeshore because he stayed close by, and that was like back when you were making the content. When you were making the videos, like short film, like motivational, like
Yeah, short film, motivational, inspiration.
live your purpose, do what you're supposed to do. It was like that peaceful, real Zen type voice that you had going, man. And just from watching you over the last 5 years, man, you went from making your own content to creating content for local celebrities as well as, I can say, a big company. Because if I remember correct, I seen something that you were in a lab for the Cavs, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know if everybody's supposed to know that or not yet, but
Yeah.
very great videographer, very great video photographer. Tell the people just about a little bit about what you do before we dive into talking about your process and everything.
Yeah. Awesome. So right now, what I do for my business is I run like a marketing agency. Is the technical term with the in-house production. So what that means is I pretty much come up with marketizing, pretty much come up with like things to market for social media. And then I use like my in-house production team to shoot the videos, edit the videos, and then keep them on like a monthly thing where I'm making videos for them monthly so I can build up their brand, stuff like that. And then I used to start off doing YouTube videos. If you guys didn't know that, like I did YouTube videos, like pretty much about like self-help. Like we talk about self-motivation, like, you know, the struggle of just building yourself up, finding a man, being a man, and, you know, finding yourself. I did that at a time where I was like 21, 22. I'm 27 now. So I picked up the camera at like 22 and I was just trying to like find myself really. And I was just trying to like figure out like what type of man I want to be and like figure out like what, like, you know, that's so motivated to just like go out in the world. I'm just got done with college, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, like I'm inspired, I'm motivated. So the first thing I knew to do was just like try to build myself up a little bit. So I did YouTube, and after YouTube, I got contacted to do some parties and, you know, photos, whatever. So I was technically a videographer or whatever. And then after that, I changed up the business from like videography to what I'm talking about now is a marketing agency, so I can help market your brand, your company, your person, and do that with my skills of being a videographer or a director or whatever you want to, you know, whatever you want to call it, cinematography. You know, there's so many words to it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I started, and kind of like what I do now.
I like to say creative director.
Yeah, that's what I love. You know what I mean?
That's what you got up there.
Creative director.
I like the way you put that.
It ain't no boxing you in, but pretty much.
Yeah, that's a good word to say. Or filmmaker, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, just filmmaker.
All right. So what's dope is your foundations came from basically leading by example, being what you want to be. I remember when I came across your content, you were just talking about different life experiences, who you should be, what it should be. And it seemed like you were actually catering to people who were creators. That's okay, man. Just continue to create. Like I remember sending a couple DMs to you and it's like, man, I thought about doing that, man. I don't know. And you was like, man, it don't matter, bro. Just create. just do it, man.
That just sounds like
it doesn't matter, bro. Just do it.
That's funny.
One of the most significant experiences I remember from your journey was when you got, as a black man as well, you got pulled over by the police and you made that video.
Right.
Do you
Right.
want to dive in and talk about that
Yeah,
experience?
sure.
Because
Like,
that was a crazy experience, but
yeah.
then I felt like they lit a crazy fire behind you because
Yeah.
of the video that you made right after that.
Man, I gotta probably put that back up on my page.
You should.
Because I haven't even, like, it was, I don't know why, like, it was a while ago. I just felt weird about it. Because, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say insecure about it, but just, like, it was a lot and it was real. You know what I mean? And I just felt, like, a little bit, like, everyone talks to me about that video. That was, like, literally 4 years ago.
Because it
You
was
should
powerful.
Yeah, you should, I'll send it to you so you can post it or whatever. But pretty much what happened was I was going to a job interview. I'm, like, 22, like, 23, like, I'm having trouble like finding like jobs or whatever, and I might have been even. Yeah,
You make it seem like
22.
it's so long ago.
I know I'm 27 right now, but I was like, you know, like whatever. Like I just got my camera and I was just like using it to make like cool videos and like we were talking about motivational videos.
Mhm.
And I was going to a job interview, and I remember it was the people who you phone-a-thon. What's it called when you like you just pick up and dial.
Like telemarketers?
Like a telemarketer
Yeah,
service, right?
Cold calling.
Yeah, so I was going to a telemarketer service job, trying to get a job, and I get pulled over from a cop, and all of a sudden, all these backup cops come. I'm on FaceTime my friend. I tell him hit like screen record, start recording what happens, and then like three cops pull up. One of them gets out. They have like their guns drawn and stuff, and it's like, damn, like I'm wearing a suit right now. Like I'm wearing a whole suit. Like I got ready. I got my braids on, whatever. I'm wearing a suit, going to a job interview. And they like draw these guns at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on like Euclid Avenue. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and they're like, they got to report this car is stolen. I'm like, report this car is stolen. I didn't have a car at the time. This is my mom's car. You know what I mean? So they're like, they come back and they say like, oh, like, is this belong to like Monica Miller? This belongs to Monica Miller. Like I was like, that's my mom. And they're like, what are you talking about? Like this car was never reported stolen, and they pretty much got it mixed up with the motorcycle. They said was reported stolen. Like the license plate were like matched to a motorcycle too.
That don't even make sense.
Yeah, so
Don't
like
make sense.
I'm like shaking from the fact that like motherfuckers had like their guns drawn. Like I don't even like cops like that for real. Like you know I got trauma with that shit. Like I don't even really like that. And then I'm like I'm like fucked up, and like I'm going. They like let me go. I'm going to the job interview. I'm late now. I'm late. I don't have a note or whatever. I don't have nothing to tell me. Like tell them like why I'm late. And then like I'm just like yo, like he's like you're late. You can't come. You can't come. You can't be here today. Like you're late. You can't be for the job interview. Like it's not even an interview. It's like really you come in for orientation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even need to interview for the job. That's how easy it was. You know what I mean? So they're like, you're late for orientation. You got to come back
Turnover
tomorrow.
rate high. They was gonna hire you regardless.
Yeah, they're like, come back tomorrow. Like you can't. You're already fit. I was like, I'm stuttering. I'm like, I'm sorry. I almost blah blah blah. Like lost my life. Like I was trying to explain to him like, yo, like people had they. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, you come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Like, he didn't give a fuck what just happened. He didn't understand like the trauma that shit just happened. I go back home like I'm like. I don't have an outlet. My outlet at this time, I'm strictly like just creating just for fun and like just for like me. So like it was just like a video just to create like as in like I was like a form of expression where I was like, bro, I'm gonna just go record this video. I have my suit on. I'm gonna go put it at the put it in the. It's like middle of January. I'm gonna put the camera on the tripod and just think about what happened. And I don't know, it was just the video kind of just came to me while I was doing it, honestly. And then like I took off my shit, took off my clothes or whatever, and like just yelled in the camera, just let that frustration out. Like I was just like, you know, I don't know, I feel like I was just very raw at that moment at 22, 23. Like I felt like I was really raw. Like everything was just no reservation, just was roaring into the camera damn near. And then I came back and I posted a video like at the same day. Like I made the video right when I got home. I went back to my desk and I just started writing what I said, and I just posted it the same day.
And it was real, bro.
It was very real.
That was real. Like it was like you said, it was January. It was cold outside.
Yeah,
you take
like,
off your suit jacket and your
yeah,
shirt
like,
and scream. Like that was
I
powerful
was
to me.
just angry.
But I felt that
You know what
because
I
I
mean?
was also at the peak of like the Black Lives Matter movement.
It
That
was low
was like
key. Yeah,
when
it
it was
was.
like when it was going, and it was like, wow, this is a good dude who's just
Yeah,
minding his own business.
man, I was chilling. It was a crazy time, you know?
They always say like everything works out in your favor.
Yeah,
So that being said, because if you would have got that telemarketer job, you might have got trapped.
for sure.
And
And I knew right then and there.
so it's just like that was a blessing in disguise, even though you had to go through the fire first. Do you feel like, because I tapped into your socials and I like the rhythmic cadence that you have when you have the visuals and you are pacing yourself and you have an intentional message. Like, do you feel like that's when you found your voice, or was that the
Um,
birth of your voice?
yeah, I think it's grown over time, and I think with anything, it's about like just letting yourself have grace when you're finding yourself. You know, like just being
Hmm.
patient with yourself and just like just practicing and just being authentic as possible and just being yourself. You know, I feel like that's when you find your voice, when you're just like when you're not trying to be like anyone else, or you don't have any judgments, or you don't have any, you're not comparing yourself, you're just trying to
Hmm.
be as you as possible, you know, and then not get too caught up with like the world and what they think.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? How would you say?
Personally, I think I really agree with you because it's like as long as you're not gauging your effectiveness in your given field or what you're trying to get into
Yeah,
against somebody else, you'll be fine.
yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Like just being yourself and just not trying to compare yourself to other people.
Exactly.
That's huge.
So what I want to ask you, we jumped in real quick.
Yeah, we came right to the craziest video ever.
I did because that's the
And
most
I felt like
memorable.
I seen it naturally
That,
too.
I'm gonna send you it because I put it off my Instagram. It's only you're only gonna find it on YouTube. Like I was just so like it was so raw for me. Like I just didn't even want it out there. You know
I
what I mean?
Ooh.
I really
But
wanted.
like but it was my best video.
I
People
wanted
say.
to talk. It's not your best video
Yeah,
because you be icing shit, bro. Look, come
thanks.
on, we're not even gonna let them play with you
Yeah,
like that. You
not
be
like, and
icing
I didn't
shit,
want like a
but
negative thing to be the, you know what I
but it
mean?
was a
Like,
real
No,
life
it's not.
experience, and
It's
again,
not.
that was in the peak of the Black Lives Matter
that's why
movement.
it was
So
yeah,
that's why people say it's your best video because you were transparent with us,
yeah,
and like when you think about movies, like I don't know what type of music you listen to,
yeah. What do you guys listen to?
everything,
Everything.
A
everything,
Me
little bit of
too.
but
everything.
Like
Yeah.
even like jazz, all that.
yeah, everything.
Jazz, everything.
Really?
I'm real
So
shaky on the gospel, but everything.
yeah,
Seriously, and it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
when I grew up listening to gospel was like more so like Negro spirituals. Now gospel has become more modern to where gospel has a sound to every genre. Like you got rock gospel, you got rap gospel,
Right,
jazz gospel. So that's where I lack at. I ain't even gonna
right.
fake with you. But at that moment in that time when that video when you dropped it, bro, like even just that scream with no audible, that looks like a Linkin Park video.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying? That looks like a Nirvana video.
First album, Linkin Park, though.
You being
Hybrid Theory. Is that Hybrid
you
Theory?
being transparent and even still having like a upward on the other side of the coin, even though you just told a real traumatizing story.
right,
That was very important. And again, it fit with what was going on at the time. And like I
right.
said, I normally like to build up to that. But you told us what you
Yeah.
do, which is fire, man. Because I didn't
No, appreciate
even
you
though I
guys.
follow you and I'm watching what you're doing, I didn't even know that you were moving into the marketing agency type field.
Yeah,
That's Pure Vitality, by the way.
Pure Vitality
Pure
Productions,
Vitality.
bro. That's yeah,
That brings me to another question for you. Like, when it comes down to, because I was thinking about this, we talked about it off camera
right,
about the struggling artist,
right.
making sure that you maintain the integrity of your work,
Mm-hmm.
not sacrificing parts of yourself for money. But a
Right,
lot of artists struggle with monetization and making money for themselves.
right.
What, when did it become, I'm good at what I do, and you made that shift?
Yo, that's a good question for real. Honestly, I think it became a thing for me when honestly kind of recently. Like
Mhm.
I didn't. I got around people who were making a ton of money, and I realized how much they needed me still. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a weird thing. Like, think about it. You're around a lot of people who make a lot of money, but they need you and what you're good at. Your skill. And I realized what I do is not very typical. It's not normal. You know, it's a high author. It's a skill that's wanted, that's needed in today's world right now. It's a skill that's needed, and it's needed by everyone, especially wealthy people. So when I realized, like, oh wow, like my skills were is needed by wealthy people, that means like I can I can get that wealth. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can get that literally by just using my skill. And that's when it's something like, you know, being a, not, I wouldn't say like a doctor, but like, you know, along those lines of like, yo, like people need what you want, because if you want to sell anything, you got to have marketing behind it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's when I started like thinking more. And then I was like, man, like what can I do so that I'm not caught in this cycle of just being a videographer? Because I saw someone, I think it started when I was like kind of 23, like when I was like 4 years ago. I don't I saw,
Right. You had a hell of a journey from
Right.
22 to 27. Dude.
No, it's 5 years. It's been fucked up. I know it's been really stressful too. Yo, but that's crazy. Yeah, I really just started at 22. But I saw someone. I saw someone when I was like starting off doing videos, and I like to talk a lot and like try to like network and like not talk a lot about myself, but I like to talk more about you and get you interested. And like this is weird for me to talk about myself because I really want to learn more about you. I really want to learn more about you.
Yeah, for sure.
Naturally, but I talked to a lot of videographers who were older than me, and what I realized was like, man, like I don't see their exit route. You know, they might be like 40 years old doing a music video for $500. I saw one that was 40 years old doing weddings, or, you know, like what's the exit route?
Trading
It's
time for money.
Trading time for money. That was it. That's exactly, you're exactly right. I saw that and I was like, I didn't get it, but now I get it. You know what I mean? Like you're still just doing a job at the end of the day at that point.
Whether you love it or not.
That's most entrepreneurs, though, to be honest.
What was that?
That's most entrepreneurs, to be honest. I
You're still
remember
trading time for money.
I paid for a course when I was like, before this was all possible. And the guy, he had said that when you're an entrepreneur, you have to plan your exit strategy. So you were thinking along the right wavelength, but what's your exit strategy? But it's like, okay, you're still trading your time for money because you're an entrepreneur and you feel comfortable doing that because it's your business rather than having to answer to somebody, but
Right.
you have to plan your exit. So how are you going to sell your business, or how are you going to upscale your business to allow somebody else to take care of it while you just rake the money in and make the
Right.
money in your sleep?
Right.
But most people don't have an exit strategy, and they're content with being the main person and making their own schedule and still working at their own leisure.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Like you were just talking about your nonprofit. You know what I mean? Like that's an exit route. That's doing things bigger than yourself now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I feel like that's like kind of what the route I kind of want to take too.
And at the end of that weekend, which it was kind of fucked up because I paid $1,000 basically for intro to marketing in 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, it was an intro to marketing class, but there were 4 different lessons if you weren't paying attention, because like it came to a point where I was like, bro, this is intro to marketing. He stopped calling on me. He stopped talking to me. He didn't want to answer any more of my questions.
Is this after your marketing degree or before?
Yeah, it was after my marketing degree.
Oh,
And that's because I did, but it was like it was at a point in time, bro, when I was still couch surfing. So I was looking for hope. And that's me and AJ. So AJ built a business because he was an education major from that class. But me, myself, still working on a business. I'm like, this motherfucker just sold us intro to marketing for $1,000
You did a course?
in 2 days. Yeah. And then they were trying to upsell that even more. And like they had more, like if you want to go to the next level, then it costs this much money. I'm like, y'all got me fucked up because you just gave me intro to marketing in 2 days.
Who is it?
So in 16 hours, it was a Damon John course.
Oh wow.
It was like Damon John's course. You get to meet his team and all this shit. Damon John never was there.
Writing a course is, you see that all the time now, like the course stuff. Right?
And this was back in like
Monetizing your
20.
intellectual
This was
property.
2016.
Did you recommend it? Would you guys monetize your intellectual property for a course like that, or like,
So,
do you think it's along the lines of
Oh
scamming?
man.
hold on, we interviewing you.
Right.
But just to answer, it just depends. Like it depends on what the content is. Out of the skill set that we have, what are we going to pull out the tool belt to sell?
Right.
Because half the shit that people end up buying, you can find it on YouTube for free. It's just you putting in the time to actually find it. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of lazy people. Like I was telling Don
Facts.
the other day, when a person asks for your help, they want you to tell them step by step what to do. Hey, so look, click this, go here. This is what you got to do. But if you just say, look, man, I'll help you do it. Here, you figure it out. Call me when you need me. Now there's a point of discouragement.
Right.
And they're not going to pursue it with the same energy that they would if you were right there at the hip. Click this, go here, do this. They're going to ask for this. People want a step by step. So, it's kind of like shooting in the dark because you don't really know who your audience is and who that person is. But that goes to, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it, or you got to stay ready so you don't got to get ready.
Right. Right.
You, Mr. Stay Ready, so you don't have to get ready.
I definitely be trying to. Yeah.
And that leads me to, look, because I want to talk about this. That leads me to how you went on your Euro trip.
Yeah. That was a life-changing trip.
I don't read a lot of captions, but people that I'm interested in, and when I see what they're doing, especially when most of your captions be something small and then you actually put a paragraph,
Yeah.
I'm going to read, like, why the fuck does he want to share all this information with us?
Yeah.
I don't remember the guy's name, but it was a night.
Life is Sin. Shout out Life is Sin.
And that's how you end up going to Dubai.
Yep.
And you went on that Euro trip.
Yep.
Tell us about that, bro, because
Yeah, I got you.
That
What do
was
you wanna know
crazy.
about it? On the Euro trip,
it's just how, like, even starting how you
meeting-
met, bro. Yeah.
networking. So this is actually a very interesting story. I've never told this. Only my friends know about this. Only my friend Jonathan knows about this.
We're your friends.
The homies.
No, but honestly, bro, like this was in April 2023, and I was just hungry to get more work.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my friend were like, "Yo, let's fly out to LA." I know a DJ Meal. Shout out DJ Meal from Cleveland. I've done work.
8081.
Yeah, you know DJ Meal.
Man, they ran the
know
party
everybody,
scene when I was in
bro.
college, bro. I don't know him personally, but his name ring bells, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a homie.
You a little younger, bro, but like when I was in
I know,
college,
he's pretty hip.
they was smacking shit,
Bro,
like
he-
him, Ducky Smalls.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out all. Yeah, so me and DJ, we worked on a show and we did some other stuff together. But besides the point, we went out there to go to his. He was throwing a party at oh man, what was that place called? It was in LA, just a bar in LA. Cat, something about something Cats. LA Cat, Classy Cat. We were in the Classy Cat in LA, and what happened was we flew out to LA with no money, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That's like nothing, bro. Like we stayed at his uncle's spot. He rented a car. We shot our own short film because we had to do something out there, whatever. But we were just trying to network and meet people. We went to his DJ set at the Classy Cats on like a Friday, and I'm meeting like everyone that's from like Cleveland. I saw Rickonia.
Mm-hmm.
He was out there, you know, the comedian.
That name sounds familiar, but I can't put
Rickonia,
a face to it.
Cleveland comedian. I saw MGK's people. What's his name? The tall black guy. Slim.
Yeah, about to
My
say.
bad. Slim. I know Slim. But I saw Slim.
My homie went to school with him.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people from Cleveland just supporting DJ Mill, and like it was a pretty like popular party.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met like this guy named Carrington. He goes by Sen, and he was telling me like, yeah, like we were just talking, and we just got to talking, and somehow I said I'm a videographer. He's like, man, I'm an artist. I got a Corvette outside. Let's go shoot. I'm like, what's up? I got my camera right here. I had it in my hand. Like I'm just like thirsty, and he was like, bet. We actually didn't end up shooting that night, but I went out to Europe by myself to find inspiration and to see a new world, like see something new. So I went out to Europe in Milan, and I'm shooting like just like street photography, doing a lot of cool stuff, and I love those photos. But he called me. He's like, "Yo, you're gonna be in Europe next week," or blah blah blah. I was like, "I'm flying home, but I can fly right back." He's like, "Yeah, like I need a videographer. Like I saw your shit. Like let's link up." So I fly back home and I fly to Europe with him. I only met this guy one time, and we ended up staying like a whole week out there. And I'm pretty much just like shooting him. I'm getting like content for like the whole day, like 13, 14 hours. That's when I like, learn about his business and what he does with like selling life insurance.
Mhm.
I learned a lot of stuff from him personally. And we just tapped in. We just locked in like that. And then him led to more people in his business, more clients, more stuff, like more bigger stuff. You know what I mean? But like that Euro trip ended up being like 2 weeks. We went to London, Paris, Ibiza. Did like I don't even know how to describe it. It was honestly insane. Like just a lot of like stuff that I would probably have never have seen and realize like what people are capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the first time I heard of someone making over 100,000 a month. You know what I mean? That was the first time I heard of that.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
And then when I heard of someone making 100,000 a month, I didn't think I was like, wait, how much? And then like I started meeting more people who make that stuff, and it's like, wait, I didn't realize it. And then like like it just happens like that. And then with that company, with that person, we end up going to Dubai. We just went to Cancun. We just went to Cabo. It might be another Euro trip in June, another one this June, like the Greece and whatever. But yeah, it was just networking. Like if you're around the right people, you're hungry for it, you're thirsty for it, you're trying to talk. I think sometimes like God will just put people in your way that just like help you elevate. And he was definitely a big blessing in my life.
Life changing, yeah, because
no,
that's
for
when
sure.
your content elevated. Like
Literally, yeah.
as a fellow videographer, cinematographer, whatever, creative
Yeah.
director.
Yeah, facts.
I seen how you were promoting yourself. Like, look, I can do this. Look, I can do that. Because I remember it was a couple videos where it used to be like you and one of your homies, and you used to have like this rock star like type of thing.
Yeah,
but
me
you
and
would
Jay.
but you would put like heavy sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? You would give like a 30-second clip, but it's heavy sauce.
Yeah.
And then like out of nowhere, you took that Euro trip,
Yeah.
and then you were like you said in Dubai,
Yeah.
and it was like, man, he really doing his thing. So you said you did that Euro trip on your own. I thought that was work. What
Yeah.
inspired that trip? Because you said it was a reset, but what was your thought process like?
Oh yeah, no, that trip. So my mom's a flight attendant. I don't want to.
That helps.
Yeah, I don't.
Big time, big time.
I don't want to cap on it and act like what I mean. I'm just
That
fucking
helps
taking.
big time.
Bro, my mom's a flight attendant. You know what I mean? I knew I had to take advantage of that shit,
Absolutely.
bro.
And you did it the right way.
If I can fly for $200 and less to Europe, you know what I mean?
I can find a place to sleep.
I will find a place to sleep. Trust me.
Right.
You're gonna find a place to sleep.
Did you stay in a hostel?
I mean, a few nights somewhere else. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get there. But, yeah. But look, you can find a place to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like you can find a place to sleep. I'm flying out there. I'm like, yo, whatever. $200. I just want to go there and experience a new thing, a new culture. Because when you travel, you experience life. You get to see different people. You get to like experience like the food, and really like the culture is just different in Europe. Like it's so different, and I love it. Like I absolutely like love being over there. It's just really a new world.
And you a god over there too.
Yo,
You're a tall black man.
yeah, man, you feel different, low key. Yeah, everyone will go up to. If you was in, I wouldn't say London because London has a lot of black people. Honestly, I was so surprised when I saw that. It's literally feels like America. It doesn't feel like anything different.
Yeah.
But if you go to Italy, you would be like, yeah, you'd be considered like, yo, people are like looking at you like that.
For sure.
But what inspired me was just, I just wanted to just, I knew like I was trying to just find things to grow off of, you know? I felt like I was very, very young, and I just needed some shit. You know what I mean? I needed to see things. I haven't seen a lot, but that's what I wanted to. That's why I wanted to go to Italy and stuff.
Like a reset button.
Yeah, I just needed to explore, bro. Like I love to travel. That's my favorite thing. I don't spend money on clothes, bro. I don't got car. Yeah, we got car, but I just like to spend money on traveling. That's
Experiences. You buying experiences.
Yeah.
I want to bring up more of your personal art, like the things that you create. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's called a grotto.
A grotto. Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah, the
yeah.
grotto. Yeah, that's
So I feel
actually.
like you no longer. I feel like you play both characters. I feel like at one point you felt simply stuck, but then you escaped. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
that's very
So
true. That's what you saw that. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's
So it's just
dope.
like
That's dope.
when you was creating that, what point was you creating it from?
Uh, um, I'd say now that you think about it, I was definitely both points. You know what I mean? But I
Mm-hmm.
was definitely in the perspective of the main character. So I made this short about the idea of trying to leave a place behind, but your friends and your other people are kind of like still like, man, why are you trying to leave? Like you ain't trying to like what you trying to do over there? Like, you don't got no business doing over there. Like you from here, you from EC. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you gonna stay in EC, or you from whatever wherever you're from. Like you gonna stay over there. Pretty much not your closest friends not letting you grow. That's what I made a short about. And at the point, I was actually trying to leave to LA. I thought that was like the mission, the vision,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. It, excuse me, it changed up. But at the time, I was trying to leave LA. I was trying to leave to LA, and I always was encountering people in my life who didn't necessarily believe that I should go anywhere, blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. But oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man, he's
But
struggling. We read the room real well. I was about to do the hand signal. Shit.
I'm dead. So I was trying to leave to LA, but I didn't. But I was getting encountered by my friends and family who was like, "Yo, don't leave," like blah blah blah. And then I realized people aren't in your head. You know what I mean? They don't
Mm-hmm.
know what you feel. They don't know how. I don't know how they feel that much, but you can't really be mad at someone for only knowing what they know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%.
That's
Yeah.
how I felt about it. Looking back on it, I was probably that same guy. So I told my friend, like, why are you going to leave Cleveland? Like, you're like, one of my best friends. Like, why you want to leave Cleveland?
Right. Right.
Trying to leave me behind? But the whole time, he's just trying to grow. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it happened to me both. But I think I was conscious about the one where people were trying to, like, hold you back. But subconsciously, I knew that I was also a person who tried to help people back before, too. You know what I mean?
It's something about LA, man. When you get there and you get to, I feel like I was on the edge of the world, just going to the ocean because that's the ocean.
Yeah.
And when you going down PCH and you just looking at all of that water, that's you get your ass to LA.
Man, I don't need to go to LA to actually experience the ocean
LA.
because I've
Yeah.
experienced the ocean in Miami. I've experienced the ocean
It's just different in
in
LA. I don't
fucking
know why.
Mexico. I've experienced the ocean in Miami. You know what I
Water is
mean?
a weird thing, right?
It
Yeah.
is because it flows, but it looks good. That's blue water. By us having nothing but a lake,
Yeah.
you appreciate an ocean being from the
Yeah. Even
Midwest.
Lake Erie looks nice sometimes, though.
It just
Yeah, it
depends on how
depends on
green it
which
is.
side are you looking at it from.
Right.
So a lot of people don't look at Lake Erie from the Michigan side.
Right.
It's a totally different look at the water.
It looks crazy. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, don't it?
Like shit, Lake Michigan even looks crazy.
Yeah.
Just when we talking about lakes, period. Like going to Chicago, Lake Michigan looks
Mm-hmm.
really fucking crazy.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Like because all we know is Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The Lake Michigan, like, is it like what does it look like? Stronger?
The line how it falls against the shore and the land the it looks more like a beach. If that makes sense, but it doesn't look like what we have here because our rocks and shit right there lined up. And it also just depends on where you at because at the end of my street, there's a private park.
Right.
So it's like, I don't want to call it like a dock or anything, but it's like this little path that you can walk along and you can just sit right there.
Right.
And that's off Lakeshore. But then like further where you and AJ was, how they got that little gazebo thing right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you can experience Lake Erie depending on what point you are, but I'm from the St. Clair area, so we used to go to either 55th, 72nd, and that's just those rocks. And that's really not like the best experience. It's not. But so it all depends on where you experience it. But like in Chicago, it just looks different. And that's just because from what we're used to seeing. So I can't even really have, it probably might not even be nothing special. But just because it's different from how I experience our lake here. Seeing a different lake, it looks different.
There's been a component to your success that I was just reflecting on, and it's your willingness to communicate, your willingness to be open and not be socially awkward, but almost be socially invasive. Like I want to know more about this individual. I'm not just going to speculate who they are from the corner.
Yeah.
A lot of artists are in their own head a lot, so they don't know how to. I want to say assimilate. I don't even know why. I just want
Go
to
ahead,
laugh.
bro. Go ahead.
Why was over that?
It's a running
inside
joke.
joke. It's an inside
It's a
joke.
running joke.
I can tell.
Yeah, he always
Yeah.
assimilates some shit.
Right. They don't know how to assimilate into like the room. They don't know how to like move themselves in the room. And I feel like you kind of like maybe mastered it. Like talk more about, your willingness. Where does that come from? How does that contribute to your mental health? Do you find peace in connecting with different people and individuals?
I think my mom's like that a little bit. Like, like she's very like friendly and wants to like talk to everyone and like be around people. Like not be around people, just like get to know more about them. And I just realized like I'm not that interesting myself really. Like maybe I am to people or maybe I'm not, but I'm more interested in other people. I've always just been like that. Just like I can't learn anything from just talking about myself. You know what I mean? Like I want to learn from other people. Like I want to like really get to know someone, and it's not like disingenuous either. It's just like legitimately like, how did you do this? Like, what's your mindset like on this? Or like, why do you vote this way? Like everything. I got voted most curious in like the 4th grade at like when I was like in like one of these camps where I was getting bullied at and shit. And my mother was like, "Yo, you're the most curious person." They voted me and everything on like a paper plate. And I was just like, everyone was laughing because I was always asking questions. But like, I was like, why can I ask questions? Like,
Right.
I don't know. I was just always curious, bro. Like, just interested in other things, like other people. And I just like to like.
That curiosity kill the cat shit ain't true to me.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah, what does that mean?
And whatever that they taught us in school, because that's what I
learned
used to hear.
That's
that?
learned behavior.
Curiosity killed the cat.
You never heard that
Is that
shit?
me?
You never heard that shit?
But he like mad younger though. He
Wait.
22,
Seriously, you
27.
never heard that, bro? You never heard that before either?
Curiosity kills a cat.
They said curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah, killed
the
killed.
cat.
So the cat
So
is
he can't be
dead.
curious?
Man, shit, I feel like adults made that shit up so you stop asking questions.
That's
Exactly.
crazy. I've never heard that in my life. Maybe I don't think I've ever heard that.
So that's cap.
So,
Damn.
what's dope about that is because you said your mom was a flight attendant.
Right.
So she met so many people from different backgrounds.
Probably. That's
So
probably true. Yeah.
that's a prime example of looking at the coach. Us growing up, you only learn what you taught. And a lot of shit is learned behavior, even
That might be
racism.
true.
It ain't might. That shit is.
very
It ain't might. Look at it. Like, look at the coach. So flight attendants are very personable people. And immediately the easiest icebreakers. So where you from? Where you going?
Right.
It's very true.
Where you from? Where you going?
She should probably ask that a hell of a time.
You got family out there?
Yeah.
Why are you going out there?
And you need to know more about that person.
Oh, so did you check out this? Because flying, you hear other people talking about it, and then you're just trying to learn somebody else's perspective.
Yeah, you put 2 and 2 together in front of my eyes. I never even realized it.
Bro, I want to shout you out because you're the first guest that asked us a question.
What?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like engaging us.
Yeah.
Like to the point it's almost. I'm looking at bro like this might be uncomfortable.
But I cracked
Like,
the
I
joke
can't
like,
talk.
hold on, we interviewing you, but that's good shit though because we sit up here and I don't want to necessarily say grill, but we asking people questions and they never ask us any questions back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think we gotta start prompting people. We say it a little bit though.
No, you can't
but, like,
prep nobody.
I typically like. I just don't feel. I just feel uncomfortable not asking you, like trying to have a conversation with you.
Right. Word.
It's just me, like my nature. Like I just feel uncomfortable if I don't.
But even like when we prep, like, man, it's just a conversation.
Yeah.
A conversation is 2 ways. But a lot of times we're just constantly asking questions. We're taking, and nobody asks for us to give.
That's wild.
Shout out to you for that though. Shout out to you, most curious. Shout out to you for that,
So,
bro.
I mean, this is the most he's talked during a pod.
Oh really?
What a guess.
That's cat, bro.
No, this the most.
I
You
ask a
gonna see
lot
the
of
footage.
questions. I ask a lot of questions. I mean, because
But
that's
this
how we
the
keep
most
it
you
real.
talked about yourself. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Because he asked questions.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't.
So
talk
that's
about
that's
myself.
a nod towards you. I respect that.
No, appreciate that, y'all. You
Because
guys are doing a good thing.
by us doing what we're doing, it's like it's not about us. It's really about you.
And it's not about me either.
It is about you.
So modest, bro.
It is about
I gotta
you.
put the light on you real quick though. I want to get this one out too. Flame the audience up with the Hit Boy collab though.
Oh
And
yeah,
explain how you met Hit Boy and how that happened.
bro, that was a crazy experience. Honestly, I knew a filmmaker in LA. Shout out Stephen Michael. He's a very talented filmmaker, editor, director. Um, he couldn't do a shoot, and I was willing to fly out to LA.
Mhm.
And so I flew out to LA. I didn't have a place to stay that night either. And I flew out to LA maybe like on a Friday. The show was on a Saturday, or maybe I flew out on a Saturday morning or something. I forgot. But linked up with my boys. He knew the promoter of the club, and it was
Mhm.
Grammy weekend. And he said, "Yo, Hit Boy's coming. I need a videographer. He's gonna be blah blah blah. Like you can meet him. You know, get some work with him." Hit Boy didn't have his videographer on him at the time either. And I went there and I shot the whole club. Shot Hit Boy. Met the club owner or club promoter too.
Mhm.
Uh, Flew back home the next day, edited it up and sent it off to him, and they loved it. And it was just like a random, like I was just willing to travel. I was just willing to go. You know, I was just very hungry.
That willingness is your winning key, man. It's like the winning element of everything
Yeah,
you do. You're willing.
I'm willing to do it, bro.
Y'all listen to that. Just be willing.
Like I don't. It's just you got to. This is the thing. Like man, we're about to die, and maybe I had like an existential crisis when I was like younger, definitely. But like, but like you know, I felt like I was like, man, I'm gonna die one day, and I got super like nervous about that.
Word. Speak to that though.
Yeah,
Like that. It was probably like that moment where I was washing chicken one day in the kitchen. I was dumb high, and I realized I was washing raw chicken. I almost threw up.
really. Are you vegan now?
No. This was years ago. I was too high. I shouldn't have cooked. This
Yeah.
was years. This was when I was about 22.
Yeah.
It's dead ass. Dead ass. I was
Yeah.
about 22. But yeah,
Yeah.
speak to that, man. It's like how you took something that could have been traumatic and you
Yeah, I feel like maybe like I went through a thing where I went through this thing where like I was in. I didn't know whether or not I'd be okay or not. Let's just say that. I just didn't know like what was gonna happen. And during that moment, like I just looked to God and I was just like, just guide me, just pull me through this situation and I go hard. Just go hard. And at that moment I was just like I didn't really have anything. I found a camera and I just started making videos. And then I started making videos because of the situation. You know what I mean? And after that, I just had that moment where I was just like, bro, like I this could have been it. And then it wasn't. And I till then I just kept making
What was your
videos.
near death experience, if you don't mind to say?
It was me. I went through a situation where I was getting I was getting it wasn't a near death situation, but it almost like it was just killing me. I was in some legal trouble, and it wasn't based off of my experience. Like I was getting like accused of stuff that I didn't do. You know what I mean?
Word.
And then
Wrong place at the wrong time.
huh?
Wrong place at the wrong
Literally
time.
like that.
I've been there.
And I was like, man, like this, or why is this happening to me? Like I don't be on this. I don't do this. And I ended up getting off. Everything was all good, but that situation led me to like a path of like I don't even really bring it up anymore. Really, this is maybe like I bring it up right now. I'm bringing it up right now, but like I don't really bring it up ever.
Gotta look at him just to look at him. Go ahead.
But like that's just I went through some legal battle where it was like breaking me, bro, and I was like I did not know if what would happen. Like I'm a black man, you know the system, just fucked up. You know what I mean?
Man,
It was
you
really,
like, man, I was about to go to jail.
yeah, like bro,
my life over, Reed.
Yes,
like,
like,
I
I
feel
was
that.
saying-
That's a fear, a natural fear of any black man.
yes,
That's a fact.
yes,
Because you see them throw the book at motherfuckers for simple shit.
man.
Stifle your creativity. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
get out. My life changed. Like,
Bro,
yeah, I
so
feel you, bro.
That's what happened, honestly, and that's how that's why I picked up the camera.
So
That literally reason.
going back to some throwback shit. It's gonna be a 2-part question. I hope you remember
I'll do
it.
that. I got you.
Before I go to the second part of this question, the first part is I remember when someone broke into your car and you stole all your shit.
Yeah.
What?
Walk
Yeah.
us, yeah.
Stole everything.
Like
Yeah.
his
His camera, like the
my
way he was
bag,
eating.
my
This was like when
the
he was
memory
just turning
cards
up.
too.
Yeah, everything, all footage.
Chill out.
The hard drive and my laptop.
Chill out.
Yeah, hard drive and my laptop. Yeah, that was crazy.
Word.
Every success story has God in it
That's
because you just shouted out God. But what led you up to where you are now? Like, walk us through that process after your shit got stolen, and then how you got here to where you are now.
I had people that were blessing me in my life, bro. Like I'm telling you, like wild blessings that I don't like. I can really share with y'all what happened with the story you don't want to hear.
Go ahead.
I mean, you got it.
You
man.
got the floor.
All right, so my first ever girlfriend ever. I'm in college. I'm playing football at OU, and I'm getting.
Dude, this nigga's playing sport.
I played football at OU, and I broke up with a girl. It was like toxic relationship with this, that, and third. And she just tried to retaliate, bro. She tried to go over the tops of all this shit, all this crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't believe it. Went to another place. I ended up getting interrogated by like my own. This is where I figured out the lawyers and the prosecutors work together. Because my lawyer was right here.
Public defender.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you've been in the
Public
system
pretender.
for real.
Yeah. And he was.
They have a whole
He was
conversation.
yelling at me like, "Tell him the truth. What happened? What happened?" My own lawyer, and the prosecutor was being nice and being friendly and trying to be my friend.
Good cop,
Trying to get me to say some more stuff like in
They have other court cases and dealings between each other, so if they give each other layups.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
exactly, he's like, "Oh, I'll get him admit to whatever, blah blah blah, or get him to say something."
You better help me on this next case.
Exactly.
Yep. Been there.
That's when I realized we fired that lawyer because immediately I got after. I called my like, yo, they just set me up. Like they tried to like get me real bad to say some stuff. I had my sister call a guy that I went to that made my middle school. His name is Ratner, Albert Ratner. I was to say his name, whatever. He's a billionaire in Cleveland, very wealthy Jewish man, very wealthy Jewish man, billionaire. He called my sister at Bag and he helped me end up getting the best lawyer in Cleveland. He paid for everything. And I got off that case because a Jewish man that I went to grade school from kindergarten to 8th grade called the Ratner School. He was the guy who owned the schools and owns the Barclays Center in New York, whatever. He has a big real estate fund, 93 years old, still alive to this day, Jewish man. Called and got me a lawyer that cost 20 racks and beat the case. And I was fine because that man paid for my shit, billionaire.
Because you went to my school and I know you.
Yeah, because he knew my sister, and my sister is a smart girl. She went to Yale.
That's love.
You know what I mean? Sister's smart.
Ooh.
Went to Yale. He knew my sister. My sister worked for him, like interned for him, like when she was like out of Yale. And she called him like, "Miss Ratner, my brother's in trouble. Can you help us?"
So
That's
your
love.
girlfriend set you up
My first ever girlfriend set me up.
and stole all the stuff out the car.
Oh no, that's a different story.
Okay.
This is before I had the camera. This is just my life.
Oh, yeah. Because I was about to say, like, so how did
And
it
then
just get stolen?
I got the camera because of that situation.
Oh,
Okay.
If that makes sense.
You
I
turned it together.
started recording, trying to just like get my energy back up, but trying to help people who like ever went through situations, bad situations, get out of depression, get out of, like I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just black, big, play football, and they just ran with that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my shit got stolen because it was just on the street one night and someone just broke in and stole it. I put up a GoFundMe, and by like at this time, like I was making videos and people really like just, shout out to everyone who literally donated, bro, but hella people donated. You know what I mean? Like it was so surprising. I don't know why I should dap you up every time you dap me up. I just
You got to.
hella people donated and they just really liked what I was doing.
Man.
And like I never thought I'd see that type of love from people where I was able to get the camera I have till this day. The really good camera, A7S3. And
I don't know none of those numbers.
bro, like
It's really good.
it's like a
Looking
great
at the camera,
Very
guys.
great hybrid.
bro. Like people donated and they helped me,
That's love,
get
bro.
my passion back, and
Shout out to the followers, man.
yeah, like bro, it's social media marketing. Like I don't know, like people really fuck with me, and like it's humbling, honestly, like really humbling.
And that's important. That's
Yeah,
very important. I really wanted you to tell that story because I remember when it happened, it was like you was crushed.
man, I was so crushed,
And
bro.
I
I
remember
ain't
the
gonna lie.
GoFundMe,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But just to go from that to where you are now, it's almost like it didn't even happen. You
yeah,
can't
man.
stop me.
It's
I'm still standing. I'm still strong.
yeah, bro.
Mhm.
Life is crazy because literally, I mean, even after all that, I was working at the Nine last year in January. I quit in a year ago, damn near a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't worked a job since, but it got really slow, and I picked up a job at the Nine Hotel in Cleveland,
Right.
doing nighttime security from 11 to 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
The same physicality that gets you unjustly viewed is the same physicality that gets you employment.
It's
what does
crazy.
that mean?
Meaning
Basically, you
your
big
height.
black man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Big black man, they
yeah,
scared of you, they discriminate, but shit, same big black man, it's like, hey, protect our shit.
yeah,
Yep.
for real. And
That's fucked up,
bro, I
but
was doing security, and bro, I hate security, bro. I ain't gonna fight nobody. I'm telling you right
You
now.
shouldn't.
I'm
Like, it's
not
not
fighting
yours.
nobody, bro. I'm not doing none of that. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Like, you can, homeless man took the laptop one time. Hey, bro, just whatever, bro. I missed him. You know what I mean? Whatever. But like, bro, I not, whatever gets the job done. You got to do what you got to do. Like, if you're a creator and you're trying to like make it, who cares if you have a 9 to 5? You got to do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Like,
So tell me, what are you most grateful for?
probably my family, honestly.
Man,
That was a thing that, but I'm telling you, that situation left scars on me where I'm like, damn, I can't. It's hard to trust girls. It's hard to really open up. It's hard to really like, you know. I let it go. Obviously, I forgave. You have to forgive, but my family was definitely there when I needed it the most, and so and God. So that was the most grateful thing ever. You can't really replace that, bro. Like if you're ever really going through some stuff, your family. If you have a good family like I did,
amen.
like you do.
dude. Yeah,
Amen to that, bro. Man, so humble, man. And I hate to use the word humble because humble is like the word people try and use to tell you to pipe down. You know
yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
I just feel like he not smelling his own shit. For you to sit up here and do the things and accomplish the things that you have and say, man, I go work this job because shit's slow right now.
yeah,
And not humble is you're more grounded and nothing is above you. You thankful, you grateful for your family, you thankful for the blessings that God has bestowed upon you. You willing and you driven. Before we close off, just give the young content creators, the young people that are aspiring to do what you do, having a business, having marketing and branding and things of that nature, like just give them some advice and encouragement.
yeah. The biggest advice I can give you is just take your time, and give yourself grace. Obviously, things are very hard in the world. Like even being a man, even being a black man, even being a woman, everything about life is difficult. So make sure you're not too hard on yourself. You know, it's very easy to get so caught up in your head where you're just angry at yourself for not doing enough, or angry at the world, or angry at everyone. But just try to really give yourself grace, because that's the most important. Where you're just happy that you're here. You know what I mean? And then just try different things, and be a good person, be a nice person, and just try to live your life as authentic as you can be. You know what I mean? Where I'm not anywhere near the most perfect person at all. I have all types of flaws, but if I just stay grounded and I just stay, level, and just try to like forgive myself as much as I can and forgive others, and just lean on God as much as I can, I think that's the best thing you can possibly do. It's just, just lean on God and just really just keep trying. Just keep trying stuff. That's all you really can do, is just keep trying and be grateful for what you got right now.
Every shot you don't take is a missed shot.
Yeah, literally,
Shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon if you miss.
something like that.
And stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.
Something like that. We got this though. Everybody, bro, just take your time with it, bro. Like you got it. Just relax. And just know that God is taking care of everything.
Right.
So tell the people where they can find you, man.
At Juice Metro is my personal page, and then Juice Metro, yeah, that's where I got it from. Like I used to love Metro and Thug, but and also the movie Juice. You've seen the movie Juice?
Yeah,
I
of
love
course.
that movie. But Juice Metro and Pure Vitality Productions. Just one word, Pure Vitality Productions. That's my business.
If Juice Metro don't trust you, I'ma shoot you. Not shoot you. I'ma shoot you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Creative Mindset, y'all. Give it up for Amir Miller.
Thank you.
Appreciate you for joining us today, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Love,
Thank you.
man.
Always, man. Stay tuned to the next episode. We'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.
Out.